Well, we're truly honored to have a country music bluegrass legend with us here today live on Midday and at our WBKO studios. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky
Briscoe
Skaggs.
Starling.
Briscoe Starling. Yeah.
I love that.
I knew you would know who Briscoe Starling is.
Just plain ornery.
Just plain, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Taters. Yeah.
Taters.
The whole thing. I love it. Well, Ricky, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Chris.
We're
Good
just
to be with
honored
you.
to have you here, and especially on the release of your brand new autobiography, Kentucky Traveler.
Thank you. I haven't been to Channel 13 since I was 7 years old. I played on this radio or this television station when it first came on the air, I think in '61, and we were living in Goodlettsville, and they had a Saturday night jamboree kind of thing, you know, just local talent. And my mom and dad and I used to come up here and play, you know, with some other Kentucky guys. So it's really good. It's cool to you know, be launching my book here today, you know, on this television station. It's very
Well,
cool.
if folks don't know, of course, you're from Eastern Kentucky. You, very young, picked up the fiddle, picked up mandolin, whatever you could play. Your dad was very instrumental in helping you learn. Yeah. And then Bill Monroe comes along.
I got to meet Mr. Monroe when I was 6 years old. I've been playing the mandolin for a few months. My dad bought me a mandolin in the fall of 1959. I had just turned, well, I was 5 years old. Mr. Monroe came to Eastern Kentucky, a little place called Martha High School, and we went and saw him. And I'd only really been playing at church and playing at, you know, at Butler's grocery store up there, sitting on the pop case, and my little hind parts would get cold sitting on that thing, you know. But that's where the neighbors in the hood saw me, and so anyway, we go to see Mr. Monroe, and you know, after about 30 minutes in Mr. Monroe's show, the neighbors did start requesting let little Ricky Skaggs get up and sing one, and I, you know,
So you had a
after a
reputation
few of those,
around there.
I did, and they still let me get up. But but anyway, I think Mr. Monroe was ready to get that over with pretty soon, and so he called me up there, and I don't think he had a clue how little Ricky Skaggs was at the time. But he pulled me up on stage and asked me what I played. I told him I played the mandolin, and so he took his big F5 Gibson mandolin off and wrapped it around the strap, you know, to where it would fit me, and I stood there and played "Ruby, Are You Mad at Your Man?" That's a great 6-year-old song to be singing. So it was either that one or the pinball machine, and my mom had said, "Don't you sing that pinball song when you get up there."
That's off limits.
That's right. Don't only sing that at the house, boy.
But Bill Monroe, of course, incredibly influential.
Yeah.
In your career, and
Yeah.
of course Dr. Ralph Stanley and the
Absolutely.
Boys, you were part of that. Keith Whitley also was part of that.
And this book chronicles all of that that early stuff. My meeting, you know, I met Flat and Scruggs the next year when I was 7. Got to be on their television show. You can find that on YouTube. Was with the Stanley brothers. Then right after that, got to meet Ralph and Carter, Ralph's brother, and you know, of course, it talks a lot about once I get, you know, through with Emmylou Harris and her band, I come to Nashville and get a record deal in Nashville, and then I meet all of these other great stars that really helped me out a lot. You know, I was a part of Ray Charles' country record when he came back and did another country record in Nashville. So it's just a great book. It's a book about family, faith, and music, and how those three things really shaped my life, and my mom and dad so much in this book. You know, someone asked me the other day, you know, what was the big surprise, you know, when you finished the book, you know, was there anything that surprised you? And I said, well, just how much my mom and dad really played a huge role in my life. They were always there for me, always encouraging me on.
You know, and I think about that song that you put out, I guess it was...
Oh, Thanks Again.
Thanks Again.
Oh.
That was one of the great songs.
Yeah, that was hard to sing in front of Mom and Dad.
I bet it was.
Choke that one down.
But one thing I appreciate is that you have made it known all throughout your career is your faith. Your faith is very strong. You're not ashamed of it. You get out there and you say, look, this is who I am. And I'm sure through those times when you were at CBS and you were making all the hits and you were on the charts and they were wanting to mold you into this certain kind of performer, you stood strong to what you really believe in.
You know, Jesus said, you know, if you'll acknowledge me before men, I will acknowledge you before my Father in heaven. So I feel like that every time that I mention the Lord, on this earth, I think he's in heaven saying, "Hey, Dad, he's talking about me again," you know. And so, to me, that's the payoff. Is just because I'd rather be famous in heaven than famous here on the earth. You know, God calls us to be faithful, not famous. You know.
Yeah.
Now He may make us famous in the process, but you know, I'd rather be faithful.
Well, let's talk about the book tonight. You're going to be making the
Yeah.
appearance at 6 o'clock at the Sloan Convention
Yeah.
Center. Tell folks what they can expect.
Well, we're going to have a question and answer time, you know, so I'll be doing the answers, although I may ask a few questions, but but mostly I'll be on the answering end, and then we're going to sign books and shake hands and just meet people and thank them for coming out. It's going to be a great night. We're going to have the books there, and they can buy them there, you know, at Sloan, and it's great. We also have a CD coming out next Monday with Bruce Hornsby, one of my
the second
friends
one you put out.
Yeah, we did the first album. Was a studio record,
Right.
And this is the live version of you know, a lot more songs than what we did on the studio.
Cluck
studio
Old
record.
Hen.
Yeah, Cluck Old Squaw ain't laid an egg since away last fall. So
Well, this seems like just a real synergy between you and Bruce.
there
Hornsby.
is, there
It's
is
really great.
Yeah, he's a great musician, just so fired up musically all the time, and it's just great to have a guy like that on stage to play with.
But don't forget, Ricky Skaggs, Kentucky Traveler, his autobiography. You can see that tonight. Talk to Ricky. 6 o'clock, Sloan Convention Center. Get out there and have a great time. Thanks to the Warren County Public Library for making those free tickets possible. Ricky, an honor.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate
God
it,
bless
sir.
you.
God bless you.
All
buddy.
right.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back.